There are lots of strategies that you can use for assessment for learning when you're in a Zoom. You can use chat. You could use something external like Mentimeter. You could use your reactions down the bottom like suggested before. You could use the ticks and crosses on the participants list that I showed you before as well. You could use just this, that kind of thing, 1, 2, that kind of thing, just using hands, and then that's if everyone's got their camera on though. Or you could use polls. So I'm going to show you how you can create polls and then use them in a session. So first of all, you have to do it in what I'd call the back end, which is on a browser. So where we were before, we're looking in your meetings. So we're going to go to the meeting that we're in right now. That's what that little green button means there. It means that this meeting is running right now. We click on that. You're going to scroll right down to the bottom and you can see that I've already added a poll for this meeting. If you would like to add another poll, you can click the add button there. And then it allows you to give a title for the poll so that you can look through all the different ones quite easily, navigate them, and then write the question there. That bit there with the question, that's what your practitioners or your learners will see. And then, do you want it to be single choice answer or multiple choice answer? And then you can pop all your answers there. Scroll a bit down, you can add another question if you like, and then you can click save. All right. Now, as you can see here, I've got a poll that I've called 1, 2, or 3. Why have I done that? Well, the answers simply are 1, 2, and 3. That's it. And the reason why I've done a poll like that, I also have another poll that I usually use with true or false, and another one that might say A, B, C, or D, and then another one that might say sometimes, always, never, or agree, disagree, neutral. And the reason why I create those polls is because they're quite basic, bog standard polls that mean I don't have to recreate a poll for every single question that I want to ask. And it means that I can pull them up really, really quickly out of my toolkit whenever I need it. So if I want to ask learners straight away a question, just after, you know, I'm in the middle of a session, I think, oh, I could just ask that question straight away. Oh, but I'd have to go in the back, I'd have to sort it all out. You don't need to. You can just pull a poll up from there and then say, okay, guys, do you think it's answer 1, 2, or 3? And then find out straight away. Okay, so once you've done it in the back end, how does it actually happen in your Zoom screen? Well, if you go down to the bottom bar, you will see polling. If you click on polling, then your poll will come on up. Okay. This has happened previously. I've just done this video for a second time, so I'm going to clear everything. All right, there we go. So the poll has begun. I've launched the poll and it's popped up on other devices. There we go. I can see here that one person has answered up here, but another person hasn't. So it's quite funky in that it tells you the time, how long it's taken, and then also how many people have actually voted, so you can check whether everyone's voted or not. It's quite good to do a poll maybe after a break time, especially when people have cameras off, so that you can tell that everyone's actually back. So that's a little hint that a little trick up my sleeve that I would use. Next, you can click end poll, and then you have the option whether you want to relaunch it or whether you want to share the results. So it's up to you whether you want to share the results. If not, you can just click close. There are lots of other things that you can do in Zoom. You can do annotations, you can use whiteboards, things like that. Some people have had varying degrees of success with them. Have a little play. I would 100% recommend you just see what you feel comfortable with. There are some things that I would prefer to do externally, so I quite like using Padlet and things like that, and ask them to minimize the screen so that they can have on Zoom and then also access the Padlet at the same time. Mentimeter is another one that I quite like to use alongside Zoom, and possibly also Kahoots, things like that. So have a little play at different things, and also have a play with friends, family, colleagues, just to improve your own confidence. If you're feeling a little bit unsure about it all, then just have a little play with friends and with colleagues. And remember, your learners are not necessarily expecting you to be 100% of an expert on these things. And you can always just be totally honest with them and say, I'm trying out a new thing today, let's have a little go. And I think learners are really responsive to that. And I think they really like the fact that you're trying something out for them, because it's only making your teaching better and their learning better as well. So good luck, have fun, and if you have any questions or queries, please do not hesitate to ask.